Chelsea boss Thomas Tuchel has some big transfer plans to make this January. Chelsea have been looking like a well-oiled machine under Thomas Tuchel this season and find themselves top of the Premier League ahead of Liverpool and Manchester City. But the January transfer window gives the German a chance to give his squad a tune-up. Tuchel has got a lot right since his arrival at Chelsea in January earlier this year, winning the Champions League just months into his stewardship. And that momentum has carried on into the current season, with the Blues top of the Premier League and looking fine. There was a slight wobble after failing to beat Burnley prior to the players leaving for their countries on international duty. But that has done little to knock the confidence of the West Londoners, yet January offers Tuchel a solution to what might be some growing problems in his squad. So, what should Chelsea do when the winter window opens? Offloading fringe players. Over the years, Chelsea have accumulated a number of players that have proved difficult to move on after falling out of favour. Tuchel has done well to help those out in the cold prove a point, but ultimately there are only 11 spots up for grabs. The likes of Kepa Arrizabalaga and Ross Barkley might be better off playing elsewhere, as becoming a key player at Stamford Bridge looks a million miles away. Billy Gilmour return. There might have been no one more disappointed in the news that Frank Lampard pulled out of the Norwich running than Gilmour. The Scotsman has found himself on the outskirts at Carrow Road, and the arrival of the Chelsea legend, who adores the midfielder, would have certainly signalled a change of fortune for the 20-year-old. With Dean Smith now likely to be brought in, Chelsea cannot afford to take a chance on whether Gilmour will be given the right opportunities in a vital year for his development. It might be for the best to bring back the ex-Rangers starlet and be sent elsewhere to another club more willing to utilise his wide array of skills. Terminate Saul Niguez's loan. When Saul was signed on deadline day, the attention was turned to Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who looked like the one to drop out of the squad as a result. Instead, it has been quite the reverse, with the former Fulham loanee seeing his career rekindled in a deeper role in Chelsea's midfield. Now back to being a fan favourite after a torrid time with injuries, it has left Saul looking out of sorts, and it might be better for all parties to send the Spaniard back to Atletico Madrid. Defensive contract problems. Chelsea's situation with their defence looked a concern in the summer. It is now becoming a crisis. Antonio Rudiger and Andreas Christensen are the most pressing problems, with Thiago Silva and Cesar Azpilicueta also out of contract at the end of the season. If the former duo leave for nothing, that will be a detrimental blow and Tuchel must do everything he can to convince the two to stay longer than the current campaign.